Getting taller via limb lengthening surgery has gotten a lot of talk on social media for obvious reasons. This dream of every short person out there to be a little bit taller is now possible, but I'm seeing way too many people clown on it for how dangerous it is or how the long-term effects aren't worth the minor cosmetic changes, and I just want to dispel these rumors. First, let's get the main one out of the way. Does increasing your height surgically have long-term ramifications, and can you go back to being physically active afterwards? From what I've gathered and been able to find, no. There are no long-term risks. If you go through limb lengthening surgery and recovery successfully, you go back to living life normally, just a bit taller than before. You're not at higher risk of breaking your bones, getting arthritis, or anything else you can think of once the recovery process is done and over with. See, the beautiful thing about bones is that they grow back stronger. You ever heard the saying, if you break a bone, it grows back stronger? Well, it turns out that it's actually true for new bone growth via limb lengthening. According to a research article published in 2009 by the American Society for Bone and Research Studies, the AMBR for short, the bone that grows back via distraction osteogenesis, aka the scientific term for the lengthening process, is technically more sound genetically speaking. So the little bit of bone you're growing is slightly stronger than the rest of the bone in your legs. So no worrying about your legs shattering like glass if you go for a run or hearing snapping sounds as you jump on a trampoline. You can go back to being as physically active as you were before. You may not be able to reach the level of a professional athlete, but let's be honest, you weren't ever going to. There are tons, and I mean tons, of videos of people post-operation performing physical activities. Look at this guy. He's a freaking unit, and he decided to get taller, and I can't wait to see him continue to be jacked with his extra inches at it. People also have this misconception that with longer legs, you're going to look disproportionately built like a One Piece character or a T-Rex. First, no one is built perfectly. Everyone has different wingspans to their heights. A lot more people have larger wingspans than their current heights, like me. I'm 5'9" with a 6-foot wingspan, so a 3-inch change in height wouldn't be that crazy. Then you have people with longer or shorter torsos, so you'll just fit in fine with regular society. You really won't notice much of a difference because only your legs are growing, and even then it is very minor. Sure, you come away from it looking taller, but it isn't by that much in the grand scheme of things. In order to have a change that make you look like your arms weren't built for your body, you'd have to either elongate or shrink your torso, and that's not what's being done here. You would also have to get like 10 inches added to your height in order to really look like you moved your leg sliders over to max. But doctors do not and have not done anything remotely close to that. As of now, we know money talks, and I'm sure someone out there eventually will do something like that just to see if it can be done. So unless that's you, then you don't have to worry about not being able to reach your pockets anymore or being unable to scratch your own ass, because the distance between your shoulders and your waist are not changing at all. This isn't to say there aren't any risks that come with this. During the actual process, you're susceptible to infection, slow bone growth, intense pain, and nerve damage. But these things can happen with any major medical procedure, but with the proper care and monitoring, which you're going to get, you are able to minimize the risk massively. So in conclusion, I'm not here to say this is some perfect surgery that everyone should get because everyone should experience the feeling of being able to dunk a basketball. As I stated already, it comes with its own risks, and doctors go over that with you before performing the procedure. Yeah, doing this might show that you're insecure about your height, which doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. If you can afford it and it'll make you happy, or you think it'll make you happy, then go for it. Look, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate for a procedure that I may or may not get if I ever have the resources. And that's another thing, right? This isn't something that every Tom, Dick, and Harry can get. It's a very costly procedure with a massive recovery time. So only people with the resources to last them that long will be able to get it. It's like any other cosmetic surgery out there, right? It's for the wealthy to abuse to their heart's content, and for us plebs to clown on them when they take it too far.